Welcome all to Motorcycle Safety with me, Matthew Ford. Today we just want to talk about some of the proper riding gear and safety precautions you should take while riding your motorcycle. We all know riding a motorcycle is fun, it's great, there's nothing else like it, but you always want to wear your proper riding gear and riding equipment. Everybody imagines when they jump on their bike, clear skies, open roads, freedom, just you, the bike, the road, the clear road in front of you, no idea where you're going, no plans of, you just out riding. It's just a way to clear your head. But we can't stress enough, you always want to wear the proper riding gear. Uh, whenever you get in an accident, you definitely want to have the proper riding gear on. You always want to wear your helmet, gloves, pants, riding jacket, tennis shoes, or preferably riding boots. For instance, this guy right here, well, he's pretty much got it down packed. He has a helmet, he has his pants on, he has shoes on. I guess he must not have them tight enough. Make sure your shoes are tight so they don't fall off like they did on this guy in this accident. But you can see his arms are all beat up because he wants to show off his guns and stuff and look hot for the girls when he's on his bike riding. Come on, man. You can't put a price on safety, man. You can't put style on safety. And I know personally how important riding gear is. Last March, I was in a pretty serious accident myself. I was leaving my mom's house. I was only about 10 minutes down the road, and a guy pulled out in front of me. I never seen it coming, and I ran into him. And luckily, I had my helmet on because my head bounced off the cab of his truck, and my leg went through his windows. I had pants on. I still got a little shrapnel on my leg, but it could have been a lot worse. I had a protective vest on, a riding jacket. I mean, I'm just glad that I came out alive, and I'm lucky. And you can be as lucky as well if you go down if you wear the proper riding gear. I mean, if you ride, you're gonna go down eventually. Everybody does. It's cold hard facts. I mean, you're not gonna get on a bike and ride your whole career without going down at least once. In this picture, this is a picture of improper riding gear. This is like no helmet, no riding jacket, no gloves to protect your hands from shrapnel or gravel kicking up off the roads, wearing shorts, not pants, and flip-flops. God, I hate those guys. Can you imagine being a wreck and not having tennis shoes on and you destroy your foot? And this is a picture of proper riding gear. My DOT approved helmet, protective riding jacket, also have a protective vest under the jacket that protects my spine and my chest. I'm wearing pants in this picture, tennis shoes, riding gloves to protect my hands and my feet from gravel or anything being kicked up off the road from people in front of me. So this is basically that's the basic proper riding gear. I could be wearing riding boots to be more preferred, but they're expensive, and as long as you cover your feet up, you'll be alright. Just don't wear flip flops or anything like that. You always want to know the limits of your bike. Don't try to ride outside your expertise or your limits. Don't try to ride real fast if you can't handle it. Don't tailgate other vehicles. Use your signals always. Make sure other drivers see you. Don't ride in blind spots. You always want to be visible. So ride in the lanes that makes you most visible to the people in front of you. And in this picture, you can see this a professional MotoGP rider going down. Even the best go down. Even the professionals go down. It happens all the time. I mean, when you're going 175 miles per hour to 200 miles per hour on the track, regardless if it's a close course or not, if they didn't have the protective riding gear on, they would be dead. So can't stress that enough. Even with a wreck like this, as bad as this bike is beat up and how bad it looks, this guy, whoever was riding this, could easily walk away from this accident with just a couple of bruises, for wearing the proper riding gear. So again, we can't stress enough how important wearing the proper riding gear is when you're out riding. Most motorcycle accidents happen just miles from home. Like I said, in my accident in March, I was only about 10 miles, 5-10 miles from my mom's house, on my way back to my house actually. But and the guy pulled out in front of me. I don't see how he did. He had to see me. I mean, he looked right at me, but he didn't care, and he pulled out in front of me, and and I got in an accident. Roughly half of motorcycle accidents happen at intersections. I always double check. I always downshift as I'm coming into an intersection, and I head check both directions to make sure nobody's trying to beat a yellow light or running a red light. A lot of times it's not the motorcyclist's fault that they get in accidents. It's people not paying attention or being aware that the motorcycle is in the area. People just don't care. They could be texting on their phone or, dropping something in the floor, looking down to pick something up in the floor, and it could be over just like that. So it's not always going to be the rider's fault. So always wear your protective gear. You can't predict if you're going to go down or not when you get out on your bike. It's just a part of it. Always use your hand signals, even if your bike has turn signals. They are small on most bikes and aren't very visible. By signaling yourself with your hands, you make it more visible to the drivers behind you and around you to know which direction you're going. Use your hand signals. It's going to decrease your chances of being in an accident, a rear end, or head-on collision. This is with any bike before any ride. Any long ride, short ride, a little skip across town. It don't matter. Always check your bike. Make sure it's in good running condition. Check your brakes. Make sure they're working right. Your oil levels are good. Your lights are working. Your tire pressure is good. You never want to ride on bad tires, especially if it starts raining. Those tires, the oil pulls up to the surface and you can go down before you know it. Always make sure your bike's in good running condition before you head out on the street. And always gear up and ride smart. Again, guys, I know it's a short video, but I hope it helped out. And enjoy riding, but remember, always wear the proper riding gear. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This is Matthew Ford, signing off. We'll see you later.